That 2 card looks like it is up, and it is sideways, so we are off and running into the first turn. Out of the middle, I see the 2 of Paymart trying to get there first, but the 53 of Renner looks like will get the Stasek hole shot through that inside line. He's going to get to the inside in the second turn. We got a Suzuki going to the far outside, trying to move into the 2 spot right there. That is the 60 ride of Joe Buskirk. So Buskirk with a great start now, trying to tail Renner. We got a crash in the second turn. A couple guys hung up, including Paymart. It looks like on the 2 is also completely stuck in the corner right now. He just got going. He's well down the order, but Renner leading them early on with Buskirk in second, and everyone trying to get through these 10 commandments, Jackson.
Yeah. Tough break there for Paymart going down in the first corner, or second corner, I should say. We just talked about how crucial this start was here, and he is going to have a lot of ground to make up.
Oh, man, a couple guys getting sideways after the commandments, just trying to keep moving forward. We had another rider just tip over at the end of the commandments, so already Renner opening up a little bit of a gap. Yellow flags waving as we entered Storyland. Not sure if it was one of our front 5 riders that maybe went down, but I still see Buskirk in second, looks like coming back out of Storyland, so he's okay right there, and we'll get a running order here shortly. Man, Renner, Lee, he is opening up this gap in a hurry.
Yeah, he's gone. He's a very good rider, comes from a racing family, freestyler, Ricky and Ronnie and Robbie, and he knows what to do on the bike.
Absolutely, and he is looking like these conditions aren't bothering him too much as he skies out the little tabletop in the middle here, as he's already opened up, looks like maybe 4 or 5 seconds on the rest of the field. It is still Buskirk on the 60 coming through in the 2 spot. You're watching right there the 51 on our screen. That's James Max on that Husqvarna. In third place, it's another Suzuki. Looks like the 63 ride right there of Alan Alford. So a couple guys that you talked about coming into this one with some good starts, mixing it up here.
Yeah, Alan's been a whole shot guy all his life. He knows how to get a start, and like I say, it's important here. Frenchie's got his work cut out for him.
Absolutely. We see him going through that Thor Sand corner around the Polysport Pond. About mid-pack already. He's made some pretty good passes here on this first lap. We'll see where he checks in. It is Renner from Buskirk, Alan Alford in third with James Max in fourth, and Christopher McMillan rounding out our top 5. So while Renner's getting away, we already have maybe a little bit of a battle starting to brew. Maybe it looks like for third, Alford has James Max and Christopher McMillan right behind him. So those gaps definitely establishing, and we see Gregory Paymart already 13th after being down in the second turn. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, Frenchie can turn it on when he needs to.
Well, we talked about getting a bad start, and I'm not sure if Paymart had the best of starts, but then it made it a lot worse going down. And I guess the best thing you can do after that is make those early passes, get through guys so you don't have to spend too much time eating roost.
Get up as fast as you can and go as fast as you can. He come out about third, I think. I think he was the one that done the tip over in the corner, but
yeah, set up a little bit of a pile up there in that second turn. Just seeing him entering the commandments. So that is the battle right now on screen. Looks like between the 89 of McMillan on that Honda. He is now all over Alan Alford, and he's going to triple into Storyland and make that pass as they go around the trees. So I think that is 89 of McMillan that is on the move right now. Great job jumping by, and Alford now trying to get his wits back about him and tail on to McMillan there as they battle for third. All right, out of Storyland we come. There's a 63 of Alford jumping into view as they go down the back straightaway. Man, oh man, Renner just went by in the race lead. He is absolutely gone on this opening couple of laps. And not too bad of a ride right now for our second place rider, Joe Buskirk. He is actually getting away from the rest of the field as well, so he's doing really well. It's just that Renner's going that much faster.
If Joe holds on, this will be his best moto finish, if I'm not mistaken.
Will it be his first time on the podium?
No, he went 3-3-3 to win the title.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so
2020.
There you go. Got that win in 2020, like you said.
He got clipped at the finish line. He didn't even realize he got clipped for third this past moto, so he finished fourth, bitten right at the finish line.
That's the worst feeling. Think you might get up there, be able to thank the sponsors and all that, and then you come off the track. No, man.
He did go up and thank
did
the
he?
sponsors. He thought he had finished third. Yep, sure did.
Well, at least still got to thank the sponsors, right? Thank the people who got him here.
He was a good sport about it, too. I remember that now. He was a very good sport, came up here afterwards.
Good deal.
On screen, we see the number 63 of Alan Alford.
Yeah, he's still got James Max right there on the 51, I believe, right behind him. Tim Zebro, who I think was 10th in our first moto, also in the mix on that gas.
Guys, Ronnie Rearner coming out of Florida, so I have to imagine he is no stranger to the rain, no stranger to the sand, and it is paying off for him here in this Senior 45 Plus.
It looks like McMillan may be closing on Buskirk just a touch.
Yeah, I did run a 2:15 last time by, so once he got clean air from Alan Alford, starting to put in some good lap times on that number 89 Honda. Alford's still dealing with the pressure, though, from James Max. Paymart is now up into 11th as he's trying to weave his way through the field. And if you're Alan Alford here, you're just trying to keep your eyes ahead of you and not get caught in the battle coming from behind. Now, we got a big old train going out to Storyland. Alford has got all kinds of pressure from 4 or 5 different riders. So if you're Alan Alford in this position, Lee, what are you doing? You're just trying to keep your eyes focused forward, right?
Yes, you are. Hit your marks and try not to make them. I think he just made a mistake. If I'm not mistaken, he's off the track.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Yeah, he is off the track and was looking down. I'm not sure if there was a bike issue or not. He's trying to rejoin the track, it looks like, as they come out of Storyland right now. So that will move James Max up, I believe, into the 4 spot. But he still is dealing with all kinds of pressures. We go through the back sand straightaway right here. That's Tim Zebro and Mike Luoma, I believe, on the 13 machine just behind him. Yeah, that is Luoma on the 13. We also have I believe that's a gas machine moving up there. That's Tommy Boyd, I think, on the 8.
I think Alford is dealing with some broken ribs, too, from the 50-plus class.
Ooh.
So, yeah. One
Tough.
mistake and it takes the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, you jabbed the bars wrong a little way or something.
I'm getting word we have one of our front runners down now.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That is that's Buskirk on the just after the finish line picking it up. And we also have the 67 machine. He just went down
That
right
is
there.
Tim Zebro.
Yeah, Zebro, who was in 6th. So Buskirk is picking it up. I'm trying to see if he lost any positions.
It looks like he's held on to 3rd. I think McMillan got him.
Yeah, I see McMillan right there going down, or going up the back straightaway, I should say, just out of our view. So he has moved up into 2nd place. And then we should see Buskirk check in through the mechanics area. There he is. He's actually in a battle for 3rd around the outside. That's James Max, I think, on that 51, trying to move into that 3rd spot.
Yep, Max got him.
So Tim Zebro, the other rider going down, is going to move into that 10th place position now. Give you a little rundown of our top 10. Tim Zebro holding down 10th. In 9th is Alan Alford on the 63 Suzuki after going off track. Then David Nicholas holding down 8th. Gregory Paymart in that 7th place. Scott Rockwell in the 6th. In 5th is Mike Luma. In 4th, we got James Max. Christopher McMillan holding down 3rd. Joe Buskirk was in 2nd. And in 1st is Ronnie Rearner. We'll get you an update on Joe Buskirk.
Yeah, Buskirk, I think I saw him flash by, so he's still in a good position there in 4th, just behind James Max. And we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on Gregory Paymart here before long. He is on the move.
He's already on the tail end of those 2.
Yeah, so he's actually trying to catch up into our podium positions before long. Looks like he maybe already got around Rockwell and Luoma, because we're watching right now the 63 of Alford. He's getting a little bit sketch going into Storyland, and he might get passed up by Tim Zebro. Zebro to the outside, trying to reestablish himself after crashing just before the finish line on that last time by. He's going to cut across the inside, might actually make that move stick, and he does get around the 63 of Alan Alford. What are you picking up here, Lee?
Looks like McMillan is the fastest guy on the track right now.
Yeah, Renner.
It sure is.
2:18 last time by for Renner, and McMillan, as you say, 2:16.9. So keep an eye on Christopher McMillan trying to close that gap down potentially on Ronnie Renner. There is James Max and Buskirk going by, and then Gregory Paymart now up into the top 5. He is starting to reel those guys in, and we got a battle for 3rd on our hands before long here.
Renner's probably put it on cruise control. He probably going to manage this 20-second gap. So.
He's going to make it 24 seconds that last time around, so quite the lead there for Ronnie Rearner. Knew what he needed to do, get out front, get that clear vision, and that's exactly what he is doing here in this one.
Yeah, clear vision always a must in these conditions, as we talked about. Man, Paymart checking in now in 5th, doing a 2:20, so the only rider faster than him on the track right now is still Ronnie Renner. I don't know that we can necessarily count out Paymart from getting all the way up onto the podium in this one, because he is all over these guys right now. Just taking a look right now on the screen, that looks to be still the 67 of Zebro. He has got, I believe, and Lovick behind him on the Yamaha, that 23 machine, as they come through the mechanics area. And Paymart is 3 wide down, I think, through the commandments, trying to move. Oh, he almost made a mistake. So Buskirk is alongside James Max as they go through the commandments. That's a terrific fight going on for third just off our screen. And Tommy Boyd there in 10th, holding it down on the Honda. There's that battle for third right now.
And Zebro went down as well just before that camera shot.
Bummer for Zebro, but there it is. Oh, Buskirk launching the triple out into Storyland.
Yeah, attaboy.
Trying his best to hold on to third, and a mistake there for James Max on the 51 allows Paymart by. Paymart's trying to get both of them as he goes down the inside, and he might get it, Lee.
Yeah, Frenchie is not going to quit. I can promise you that. He's probably in just as good a shape as anybody out here, so he'll have it left in the tank at the end.
Now, is he fired up after crashing early in this race? He's got to be pretty annoyed, huh?
He's always fired up, but he was probably really fired up when he picked it back up.
A little bit of extra, a little bit on the afterburners. Well, he's now moved all the way to third.
I don't think Greg has ever won a title out here, but don't quote me on that. He's been close a lot, but he really wants that title bad, so...
Well, he's trying to get into a position where, you know, just in case Ronnie Renner has a bad last moto, of course, you could take advantage of that. He was second in our first moto. He's now all the way up to third. We'll see. Probably not enough time to get McMillan, but still 2-3, as you've said in the past. Good scores going in that final moto.
2-3-1 got me the title, so it's possible.
There you go. There you go. So checking in out front, still our leader, Ronnie Renner, putting in a 2:16. He's now out 30 seconds in the race lead. And I think you're right. I think he's put it in cruise control at this point in time.
I believe the 2 card is out.
Greg is 5 seconds a lap faster than second place. I don't know if that's enough time, but it may end up closer than we think.
Yeah, you never know. I guess, right? 2-lap card out, going 5 seconds a lap faster. Maybe just takes one big mistake out of McMillan, and suddenly he could be on him.
Yeah, he could get close.
And as you said, he put his head down. He's fired up, and he wants to do everything he can to get there. Now, Paymart, fitness-wise, you know, you say you like those longer motos, the rougher track. What about Gregory Paymart out here?
Oh, yeah, he's just as fit as anybody here. Like I say, he'll have it left in the tank at the end.
Working his way through the 10 commandments on that number 2 machine. So we don't see McMillan, obviously, because he's still got 14 seconds ahead of him, but we'll see this time by whether or not that gap will come down again, especially now because, you know, Paymart ran that lap, a 2:18, while trying to pass into third place. Now he's got clean air, might use that as an advantage to start running some better lap times.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see this last lap. If he can get close, he may not be able to, but if he can get close, he'll put the charge on. You know, we all chase Mike Brown, of course, all the time. You know, he's kind of the guy that sets the bar. So, you know, if we can all get anywhere close to him, you're going pretty fast on the dirt bike.
Good to hear as we see Ronnie Renner take the white flag right now. White flag is waving on the track. And still 30 seconds in the lead, running 2:18s. Just putting in the laps, hitting his marks here on this final lap. Gonna get the word from his mechanic one final time. And I'm sure, you know, if you're Renner in this situation, you've been waiting just as long as everybody else to go racing again. You've been itching to get back out there. You don't even really have to wash your bike that much. You get the whole shot, and in these conditions, as we mentioned, you know, a lot of guys are getting mud everywhere, and it's packing in and stuff like that. Renner's just looks like he might even been trying to stay away from the lapped riders and not get any mud on the front plate.
Yeah, he's looked good all week, man. I have to give him credit. He's looked very good. He's really solid on the bike. Good form. He's looked good all week. He deserves it if he gets it. You know, got one more moto, of course, but so far, so good.
Absolutely. So working through that lap traffic on the last lap. So Paymart this time by checked in again at a 2:18, 2:18.3, but McMillan was able to go just a little bit faster than he was going, 2:21.9. So 11-second gap on the last lap. I think at this point we have to assume it's going to stay that way.
Yeah, McMillan will have to make a major mistake, and I don't think he'll do that. He'll bring it on in.
So Renner, McMillan, Paymart, Buskirk, and then Calvin and Lovick has moved into the top 5. And a good charge for him on the 23. He's made up 6 spots since the beginning. It's so deceiving because Paymart, it says only 10 spots gained. He's definitely gained a lot more than 10 spots after going down in the second turn.
He probably gained 30, I'm sure. But you can tell who's got the fitness and who don't. Look at Andlovic's last lap versus, say, a James Mack's last lap in Loma. Man, he's running 10 seconds a lap faster than those guys. So he's in shape. He's ready for this. He's ready for the 20-minute motos.
Yep, he's ready for those third motos too, hoping we get to him. All right, so Ronnie Renner, he just did a heel clicker out front down the back straightaway. Nothing off the middle jumps this time, just kind of coasting it in. And Ronnie Renner on the 53 in cruise control, no question about it, trying to win this moto. And I don't think he's going to win by as much as Brownie did over Jeff Emig, I believe in their 50 class. But yeah, this is going to be a nice feeling for Ronnie Renner, even pointing out at some of the lap riders, hey, do you want an extra lap going through this final corner? But Ronnie Renner takes the win here in Senior 45 Plus, Moto number 2. Great ride, and Lee, thanks for coming up, man. It was great to call this moto with
thanks,
you.
Lee.
You guys have me, dude. I hope to see y'all next year. Hopefully it's on the podium.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, we hope to
sir.
see you out here next year, right? It was a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming up here, calling this race. Always a good time. And, yeah, there we go.
All right, so the 53 of Ronnie Renner taking this one home. He's riding for CF Moto and Maxxis FXR as well as GoPro. Getting it done here in the Senior 45 Plus. Christopher McMillan running second. We'll see if he is able to hang on to this one there on that number 89 Honda. And there he is now coming across the line. So he is going to get second place here. And Gregory Paymart on that number 2 Kawasaki going to hold on to it for our last spot on the podium.
Man, Paymart tried all the way to the flag to get there. He was pretty close in the end, 2:21.4 on the last lap, 5 seconds down. So keep an eye, Gregory Paymart. He is going to be fired up going into those last motos. We should be getting our top 10 crossing the line here shortly. Looks like it was Ronnie Renner there from Christopher McMillan, Gregory Paymart, Joe Buskirk, Calvin Andlovic with James Max, Mike Luoma, David Nichols. Actually looks like Luoma dropped back, so Tommy Boyd moves up into 7th. Luoma 8th, David Nichols in 9th, and Alan Alford appears like he will round out our top 10 positions. And Ronnie Renner's down on the podium getting ready to speak with, I believe, Jason Wygant.
He is. We're good. Don't worry. We got it dialed. Just stayed down here and hung out with some people during this 45 plus, and it looks a lot like the first moto. Man, sorry about the 2-3 years he tried to get this done, but maybe he saved it for when it counted, because so far so good. Let's hear it for Ronnie Renner. Can we get some fans down here for you? What's going on?
Crowd just like the X Games days, baby. Fired up out here. Woo!
Yeah, loving it. Okay, it's really important to get a good start in a race like this. How are you getting these starts? It's been good.
Well, I was so fired up the last time because it has been a long time coming. You know, coming here since 1986 on and off, never won a moto. So we're trying to make up for some lost time.
Okay.
And I'm doing it with the help of Tamer whole shot hookup up front and back. Okay. Maxxis tires and a KTM 350 box stock with a Yoshimura pipe. So there you go.
The 350 pulling the holy.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's good. How's the track right now?
You know, the track's pretty wild. They went out and groomed it, so I kind of knew if I got the whole shot, I could just kind of get in there and pin it wherever I wanted. These new grooming devices are a little different than the old school. They kind of blend it up, and there's some soft spots. So I kind of had to be cautious. Not exactly how I like to ride is like controlling a race, but it was sketchy out there enough where I better take it easy. I've been practicing at these guys are taking off here, throwing my flow off. Been practicing at Moto Sandbox. The dirt there is sandier, but that works well for this muddier stuff. So grateful for the opportunity to ride there, and you know, just grateful to have a good setup bike and you know, all the right sponsors behind me.
Yeah. Anybody else you need to thank there?
Oh yeah, long list of sponsors. You know the deal. We got CF Moto, Northern Tool and Equipment, Furman Power Equipment, Risk Racing, Moto Sandbox, GoPro. I even got to send a shout out to KT and Red Bull for helping me all these years. I know the support's not massive for Plus 45 sportsman racing, but you know, that's what helped get me here and have the confidence to come out here and do this. So a long list of sponsors, like I said, Yoshimura Pipes, Vortex Sprockets, go down the line here, Engine Ice, Risk Racing, GT Bicycles, my own little loose program. Want to send a shout out to my kids at home watching, Chloe Jett, Nate Josh. I'm a breeder, what can I say? Got a lot of them. And my girlfriend Nicole here, JB for helping me out at the line. Man, my mom, dad, you know, I'm 46 years old and I still got to thank them. So blessed, man, be out here and do this.
All right, let's cheer for the guy now, please. Ronnie Renner. Getting closer to X Games level there, the crowd.
And how about these new 24 FXR duds? Woo!
There you go. Looking good. I'm going to bring up our second place finisher, McMillan. There we go. You're used to getting medals, man. You're having more experience with medals than any. Just not a step up anymore. We got to clear the deck because we're bringing up. Hey, what is wrong with my mic? Okay, let's get ready for second place, Christopher McMillan. Yeah. You've been in the hunt for it. You got to feel good to get up here.
Been in the hunt for years for this, and it's finally paid off. So, hard work.
Is this your first podium here?
Yes, out of like the 10 years I've been here, this is the first. I lost it last year because I crashed on the first lap.
Yep.
So,
who do you want to thank? I mean, this is awesome.
hey, I got a lot of people to thank behind me. I got my good buddy Flying Brian Jordan. He's the one that even gave me the bike to allow me to ride the last 5 years. So, really got to thank him. My girlfriend Jill, for coming down and enjoying the time. My daughters and everybody. Brock Peterson, he's been helping me out quite a bit. 30-plus champion hopefully this year. So, Champion Power Sports. Jim Dervage set up over here. He's got a bunch of apparel for sale. We got to come over there and support him to support us. So, I've had bad starts, so I went with the Tamer rear hole shot this year, and best starts I've had, ever down here. So I got to thank the guys at Tamer and everybody. I got to thank Fly. My nephew works at Fly, and Hope and everybody. I didn't get to do it for Max last year like I wanted to, Max and Mike from Firepower. But, those are the guys that have taken care of me for years since I was working for the Supercross. So I appreciate those guys too. I got to do Dynamite Designs, Flow foot pegs, Sunstars chains and sprockets. They brought me on this year and made coming down here a lot easier for me. So I appreciate everybody that's helped me, really.
Cool story there. Let's hear it for Christopher McMillan, second place. Great job. That's awesome to hear. And a familiar face comes up to take the bronze. Let's hear it for Frenchie, Greg Paymart. All right. Hey, I was going to wear the MKS Moto kicks, but to save you and the brand, I didn't trudge them through the mud today. I'll save them to keep them fresh. This is pretty treacherous out here.
Yeah, a good track, I think. Got to find the right line and keeping the momentum, but which I did not do. I stalled in the second turn. I've seen that perfect ruts, jumped in, and the foot pegs hit the parking brakes. So I stalled. Thanks going to Team Green. The bike started right up and going. I passed a bunch of people. I have no idea where I was at the end. Fun Moto, a little bummed out. I want to give Ronnie like a run for his money. Yep. So we'll get one more hopefully to go. And yeah, don't forget mksmoto.com. I forget the last podium. 50% off. Code LL50. Get 50 off.
50. You know me. I'm in on that. Anybody else you want to thank?
Yeah, Crossroad Power Sport, Cowie, of course, FMF, Scott. Dude, my Scott goggle, the dirt is going to hit the lens and the tear-up comes out on his own.
Beautiful.
It's
Beautiful.
times the dirt.
Wow, incredible. Good job, John Knowles.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Mechanic, a friend, Tom's dad, Michel, doing over there, yeah. He's a handful. My girlfriend Shannon, all the friends here. There's a lot of people from the Northeast, from PA, District 6 and New Jersey, so Carol,